All right, guys, today I got a really cool tool I know you and B2 are gonna love to find the sweet spot on the racket. So let's get started. Come on, B2. He's not coming out. He's not coming out of his house. B2, you don't wanna go get the ball? So guys, this is a real, oh, there he goes. There he goes, he's off and running. I told you, this is gonna be a great video. I got a really cool, inexpensive tool you can use to find the sweet spot of the racket. So you can be hitting sweet forehands and backhands. Let's get started. So guys, this is called the Sweet Spot Trainer from On Court, Off Court. If you're interested, I'll put it in the description box below so you can pick up yourself one. So this is a nice, inexpensive tool you can get to just basically slide right over your racket, and then it creates a sweet spot. Another thing that I really like about it is kind of like when you see baseball batters when they put a weight on their bat before they're going to hit, so they can kind of feel that resistance. So when they go to hit, their bat feels real light. That also is created with this as well. So it kind of helps you relax and feel the way that racket had speed to come through the ball. So I'm going to turn on the ball machine, and what's going to be cool is we will then use Coach's Eye to see how many my dog is going crazy. Of course, ruining another video, but of course B2 can't ruin a video. But anyway, we're gonna put the ball machine on, our slinger bag, and we're gonna use Coach's Eye. We're gonna see how many Coach Pete is actually hitting in the sweet spot versus hitting outside the sweet spot. I'm also gonna talk about some pros and cons. You know, there's not really a con of hitting the sweet spot, but I think people think, well, if I hit the ball in the middle of the strings, that should be good enough to make lots of shots. So you can actually hit a lot of balls right in the sweet spot perfectly, but you can hit the ball long, you hit the ball in the net. So it's also the swing path and the angle of your racket face when you're making impact along with the sweet spot. That's how you're going to hit your best shots. All right, let's get started. Okay, so let's take a look at how the sweet spot trainer works in action here. And I'm using an app called Coach's Eye, so I can literally see, like, am I getting in the sweet spot of the racket? I would say that one is in the sweet spot, as you see me hitting it on contact. And this is a great way. The sweet spot trainer makes you focus on really trying to get in the middle, then watching yourself back, really makes you study, like, where exactly is the contact point. We can see that that ball right there is just in there towards the top of the sweet spot trainer, which I noticed I hit a lot of the balls. So you're learning this information about your stroke. I'm using Coach's Eye. I know there's other apps out there called Huddle, H-U-D-L, because some people told me that they can't get Coach's Eye on their phone or it's discontinued or something like that. But there's plenty of sports analysis apps you can get out there. Right there again, we're in the sweet spot. So far, Coach Pete looks like he's doing okay there. I might be surprised here because the ball machine stopped. Let's see. Do I get it in there? I would say no. I'd say that's just maybe hitting some of the blue. It's good, too, if you do get the sweet spot trainer. Another thing I love about it is the wind resistance. So it really makes you swing and reach through the ball. Oh, that's right in the sweet spot. Look at that. That's right in the sweet spot. Boom. And like I said, the weight on this thing makes you really swing out long through it. That's what I like. Because sometimes I struggle with that, and I think we all struggle with that. So I think besides just really find your contact point, you're also going to be able to kind of build in that relaxation, just letting the racket head go through and long. You can see I have a nice long reach on these strokes. And it's just a great exercise to see where you are. That time, look at that, definitely outside the sweet spot. So just misread that a little bit. And look at the difference in the delivery of the ball. So you can see that ball kind of flew off because it was not hitting the sweet spot. And if we're hitting the sweet spot, we can see we're able to have a better, more pure drive. So really enjoyed the sweet spot trainer from On Court, Off Court. Let's go back to the court to wrap up this video. Okay, so very interesting just learning about my own sweet spot training there. I watched myself back on the Coach's Eye app, and I noticed that most of my hits were towards the top of the sweet spot. It was either like in the sweet spot area or kind of in the sweet spot area and just up here. So more in the middle of the strings, but a little bit higher in the sweet spot is where I find I'm hitting. So then I got to ask myself, is that good, or do I want to bring the ball contact a little lower in the middle of the string bed? But anyway, very interesting. I think the biggest thing I like about this, though, is that the weight of it really makes you swing through the ball. Once you start the momentum and reaching through, it's almost hard to stop. When we play matches lots of times, you know, we go to hit and we freeze and we just don't feel that freedom to swing through the ball. So I think using this even more than the sweet spot is actually getting that feeling of what it feels like to really reach and extend your arms through the shot. So again, if you're interested in just trying this out, go down the description box below, go to On Court, Off Court, and get yourself one. Another thing I'm going to give you right now, you know what's kind of interesting? When you serve, the sweet spot changes. It gets more high on the racket. So if you want to really master your serve, I got a great free serving program for you. It's a free course, 33 free videos. You go up here in the description box. It's called Serving, in the card section and in the description box. Remember, when you like our videos, my buddy B2 in there, who's hanging out with his tennis balls, he's going to give you 100 free B2 puppy kisses. So make sure that you like this video and subscribe if you want to see me and B2 bring you some more tennis instruction videos. This is Pete from Crunch Time Coaching, signing off. We'll see you on the next one.